If you are using AI to write your research paper, stop. There's a hidden trap that is getting papers rejected and you might be falling for it even without realizing. This isn't just a simple grammatical mistake. It's a flaw in your method section that is so serious that journals are now actively hunting for it. Think of it as a mutation in your paper's DNA that renders your entire project invalid. And no, I'm not saying the typical do not use AI. Hi, I'm Dr. Radhika Kamdar, and in today's video, I will tell you what that mistake is and give you a 3-step framework to use AI the right way, the ethical way, so that your papers are published, not blacklisted. So what exactly is this career-killing mistake that you make? And it's not that using of the AI. It is the lack of transparency. More specifically, it's the failing to disclose that you used AI to draft your manuscript, especially in the method section. The method section is the DNA of your paper. It is the fundamental code that proves that your study is reproducible. And when you let AI write your paper without actually saying so, it becomes a black box. And it's unknown what came out of from that black box, from where and why. You're not sure whether your data are reproducible. Your readers will start wondering, did AI hallucinate? Did it introduce a subtle error? So without disclosure, nobody knows what was done, what has been introduced into the paper which may or may not be correct. It is a piece of code that has no scientific record, and that questions your credibility. That is why committees like COPE and major scientific publications like Wiley, Elsevier, Cell Press, etc. have created super strict guidelines. They see undisclosed use of AI as a serious breach of publication ethics, and that leads to instant desk rejections. Your papers do not even go to the review stage. So here's my 3-step framework. How do you fix this issue or this error in your paper? Follow this framework, which is a synthesis of the latest guidelines from all the world's top publication houses. First step, most important, disclose everything. This is 100% non-negotiable. If you have used AI tools for more than a simple spell check, you have to disclose it. You have to name the AI tool, you have to give its version, the manufacturer or the distributor of that particular tool. And importantly, explain how and where exactly you have used that tool. So here's my simple template about how do you give this disclosure statement. So here's a very simple template to give this disclosure and add it to your methods or acknowledgement section depending upon the journal guidelines. For example, say during the preparation of this work, the authors used the tool, the version of the tool in order to write the reason, example, improving the clarity of the language. Then after using this tool, the authors have reviewed and edited the piece of text and take full responsibility for the content of the publication. Putting this statement in your paper isn't a confession, it's a declaration of integrity. The second step is to be the human firewall. Now, publisher policies are very clear that you are 100% accountable for your work. So think of yourself as your brain's prefrontal cortex, the one that provides the critical oversight of the AI's raw input. You cannot just copy paste whatever AI spits out for you. You must review meticulously, analyze critically, and fact check every single word that AI gives you. You already know AI tools are infamous for hallucinations, making up references, and sounding so authoritative while being dead wrong. I will give you one example of how this happens. So now you can see here, I had asked ChatGPT to summarize an article on Stat 6 phosphorylation for me and give me 2 references to establish its correlation with some cytokines. So this was what it gave me as a summary in bullet points, and then it also gave me 2 different references. So let's check these references. So the first one, it says Stat 6 role of IL-4 IL-13 signaling in regulation of Th4 immune responses, and that title is not what it is. The reference is a completely different title, different authors. It's nowhere in the title or in the abstract. There is no Stat 6, there is no cytokines. Let's check the another article. Same again. No Stat 6, no cytokines, no immunology, nothing at all. We don't even need to read the article or introduction, etc., because this is not what we had asked for. So you see, it has given me authors, it has given me the title, all the reference details with volume, page number, etc., link, also summarized the take of the article in one sentence, sounding very authoritative and completely definite. But neither the article exists nor the references, the authors match with that particular title. This is complete hallucination, bogus references, totally incorrect. So this is what I mean when I say that AI could make up references and it could be completely incorrect. So when you are putting your name on that paper, you are staking your professional reputation on its accuracy. You have to make sure that AI is not dead wrong. It is giving you the correct information and you need to verify that. Always remember, AI is your tool, it's not your colleague. You are the author, AI is not your author. And I've said this in my previous videos as well. Treat AI as your sous chef who does the prepping for your dish, but you are the main chef. You are responsible for the main dish. The third most important step is to document everything for your own protection. Keep a detailed, meticulous record of all the chats, of all the AI tools and the versions that you have used. Save your prompts, save the date, save the iterations, and summarize all the findings, all the outputs. Everything has to be logged with date according to the timeline, etc. This is proof of your due diligence so that no one ever questions your method if there is ever any scrutiny that comes up for your work. It shows that you have been rigorous and you have used AI tools very ethically. So if this makes sense to you, then do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button so that you keep getting these notifications for videos that will help you navigate your academic journey. For example, so let's make this real, put it in a perspective, and let's look at a very quick before-after example. Imagine a method section which says that the tissue samples were subjected to immunofluorescence staining before following standard laboratory protocols. Now it's fine, but it's vague. Even if an editor suspects any AI usage that is undisclosed, it will raise a red flag. So here's a section that you can write with all your principles and it will be etched in stone. The protocol for immunofluorescence staining was initially drafted with the assistance of ChatGPT 4, OpenAI, or whatever tool you might have used to ensure a clear, comprehensive description. The authors then meticulously reviewed, edited, and validated the entire protocol against our established laboratory procedures to guarantee its accuracy. The final verified protocol is as follows, and then you describe the protocol in brief. See the difference here? The second version is stronger. It's an act of pure confidence that tells the journal, the reviewer, that you understand the rules of the game. You know how to use AI correctly and ethically. It is very disappointing for me as an editor and an ex-researcher to see that researchers fail this disclosure test and hence their papers get rejected. The science does not hold true. So instead of using AI as your partner, use it as a tool and declare its usage. and I hope that you do not carry on making this mistake repeated. AI is an integral part of every field now, and we can definitely not do without it. So, the future of research is to master the usage of AI ethically. I would love to hear from you. Describe your biggest worries, your challenges about usage of AI in your field of work. Drop them in the comment box and let's discuss how we can use AI to help us out and not replace us. So finally, if you have learned something valuable today, please do like, share, subscribe this so that others can benefit from these videos, how to use AI ethically in research, and they can also crush in their academic journey. So until next time, keep researching, keep it rigorous, and keep your methods transparent.